I've started learning them.
All right. Great. Fine. So you can start your work on the decided topic or any topic you have chosen or finalized. And before starting the session, I would like to um, add few things. Like as you guys know, like we have two types of papers, right? One is conference paper and the other one is journal papers. So I recommend everyone to use or refer journal papers rather than conference papers. For your note, you have to keep in mind that conference papers are not fully peer reviewed. Okay, it's not completely validated. So it's around some 20 to 30% only peer review. Okay, so if you are working on uh, actual research projects, then definitely you should refer journal papers rather than conferences. But of course, yes, in some cases, you won't find papers from journals. For example, let's say if you guys are working on some sort of conference like conceptual papers, in that case, you won't get sufficient number of journal papers. In that case, you can refer conferences. And last point, I won't say that you guys are completely restricted from referring conference papers, but yeah, you can refer, but the ratio should be 8 is to 2. 8 goes to journal papers and 2 goes to conference paper in that ratio. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, got it.
Mhm. Fine. So today I'll be talking about conferences and journals basically. So since you guys are dealing with research projects and research writing, research articulation and publication, it's important for me to outreach or feed you proper knowledge about conferences and journals and how to identify its significance and authenticity. Okay, so let me start the presentation. Or just confirm once whether the screen slides are changing or not. It's changing, right? Is my screen changing? Slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So in this session, I'll be covering these many topics. The first one is perennial conference. Second one is search for conferences. Then third one is reliable journals. Fourth one is Web of Science and other criteria, Google Scholar Index and journal finders. Okay, so I'll be discussing about these things. So yeah, first let's discuss about perennial conferences. Anybody like, do you know what is perennial conferences? Anybody have any experience or any idea? See, in the today's session, apart from explanation on the slides, I will demonstrate. I'll show you everything through search engines. So I just want some response from you. Anybody know what are perennial conferences?
तो लाइक सर वैसे होगी सर नॉर्मल जो हमारी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस गैदर होती है रिसर्च पेपर पे जहाँ पे रिसर्च पेपर के बारे में डिस्कस करके एक पैनल होता है वहाँ पे हम अपने पेपर प्रेजेंट करेंगे और वो उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं तो वहाँ पे पब्लिकेशन थोड़ा आसान हो जाता है
Fine, fine. So that's usually what we call as normal conference. So what are perennial conferences? For example, if you take some reputed organizers or reputed institutions or societies, they tend to organize conference every year. It may be a monthly conference or it may be quarterly conference, annual conference. For example, if you take AIAA, American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, they use it to conduct 4 to 5 conferences per year. The first one is AIAA Scientific Forum during Jan of every year, and the second one is AIAA Aviation and Ascent Forum. Uh, that usually comes during June, July, and August, and AIAA Defense Forum it comes during August or September. You can just check it once. You can cross check after the session. And if you take IEEE as an example, so the largest aerospace conference is IEEE Aerospace Conference. They used to organize that particular conference every year, only once in a year. So that is what we call as organizational consistency and regular schedule. So, so these types of conferences are called perennial conferences. So if you choose these kind of conferences for your research works, for presentation as well as publication, then definitely you'll be getting good credibility compared to normal conferences. Okay, normal or new conferences. In addition to this, these types of conferences, they do support publication. Okay, so let's say if you are presenting your papers at AIAA conferences, so they publish all the papers in their as part of conference proceedings in their digital library, and they assign DOI for each and every paper they publish. Okay, and the fourth one is, so as I said, if you choose this kind of platform, definitely you'll be having good global reach and publication credit. In addition to this, so can anybody tell me what are all benefits we have if we participate some offline conference, like physically visiting some location or venue, attending that conference? What are all benefits we have basically? Anything. If you know any, you can add.
We can ask direct questions to the publishers themselves.
Yes. Next.
Networking. We can.
Yeah, that's correct. So if I hope, I don't know whether I have added in the previous sessions or not. So basically, if you want to get some good and genuine feedback from experts, so there are two options. The first option is you have to attach your report and send an official email to them and get feedback through email itself. That is first option. And the second option is, if you attend this kind of conferences, you have direct opportunity to interact with them, and you'll get feedback on your work, right? So this is one type of benefit. In addition to this, we'll be having opportunity to expand our network. You may get offers for collaboration. You may get offers for collaborative articulation or writing. Okay, so these are all benefits of attending your offline conferences. So you'll be getting these benefits if and only if you choose the perennial conferences, like consistent conferences. Let me show you with the browser once. I hope you guys can see my screen actually, right? Yes? No?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is AIAA's official site, aiaa.org, events and learning. If you enter this site, you can see what are all featured conferences and what are all coming up conferences we have. And if you click this full event list, then you will find their official conference as well as co-sponsored conference. Okay. And if you are from Asian continent, then you are allowed to participate AIAA Region 7 Student Conference. You can just note it down, Region 7 Student Conference. Let me search. That usually comes during October or November 2025, and it's completely free of cost. And your paper will be published as part of conference proceedings. So you can see the coming up conferences here, right? So they are all consistent organizers. Okay, so this is one platform to check conferences, and the other one is IEEE conferences. So here you can search all type of conferences. Just you have to type the type of conferences you are looking for. Let's say aerospace. And if you want to look for aerospace as well as astronomy and astrophysics related conferences, then the best site is NASA's official site. So this one, NASA Small Sat Institute, upcoming conferences and events. So they tend to update all kind of genuine conferences globally. So it is CubeSat Developers Workshop, Small Sat Europe, Ascend Forum from AIAA. This is Small Satellite Conference. You'll get all the schedules here. Okay. And this is the IEEE site. If you type the keyword, then you'll get the details here actually. And you can filter out your results, like if you whether you want to go for offline conference or you want to go for virtual conference, you can select your preference and you'll get all the call for papers announcement here. Okay, so this is one option. Yeah, so now search for conference and conference links, like how to identify this kind of legit conferences. Let me add you one thing. So similar to fake and predatory journals, there are n number of predatory conferences are happening across the globe, and their prime motive is just to collect the registration fee. Okay, so I usually recommend these are all sites which you can use to identify legit conferences. And so before adding this kind of legit conferences, let me show you some example for predatory conference. Anybody know any fake or predatory conference? Yes, no?
No, no, sir.
All right, fine. So please listen carefully. So the organization name is World Academy of Science, Engineering and Technology. So they are kind of organizer. And if you look at the list of conferences they are organizing, you'll find many actually. Okay. Um, 1 second. Let's select any one option from here. See, if I click April 2025 Rome, you can see the list of conferences which they are organizing on the same dates and similar dates. Can you guys explain, is it possible for any organizer to organize multiple events in the same location, the same time? Is it possible? So
Not to this extent, no.
it's not at all possible. Okay. And whatever paper you submit to this kind of conferences, especially organized by the website organization, those papers will get published. 1 second. Those papers will be published in their platform itself. Okay. So It's an open science journal, you can see here. So whatever publication you see, it's just a page with some title, name of the author, abstract, and the PDF you have, and they won't allocate digital object identifier to any papers they publish. You can just check this paper here. The organization name is given here, International Journal of Humanities and Social Sciences, volume 19, number 3, 2025. Every information is given here, and you can see that there is no information on the date of when they received the paper and the revised date and accepted date. No information are there. Okay, and there is no information on DOI. Right. So this is an example for predatory conference. Okay, let me show you what's the registration fee they are charging for each and every conference. You can see here it usually ranges from 300 to 500 euro per registration. So this is one example, and this is one more example. Okay. See, the site is not working. If you check the registration fee, it's huge. 249, 250 USD to 950 to 1000 USD per registration. Depends on the type of registration. Okay, and you won't find any information on publication actually if you enter or if you check the web like conference page. Okay, so you should check all this information. You should do some background research before submitting your papers to any kind of conferences. So this is one site I've already mentioned, NASA SmallSat Institute, to check for upcoming conferences and emails. And the second one is a wiki call for papers. So here also you will find all the legit conferences. Okay, and through this platform itself you have option to submit your abstract directly if you create an account here. Okay, and the next thing is conference alerts. So here also you can do you can check for legit conferences. Make sure you check the conference sites and the publication information before submitting a paper. So this is one site, and this is AIAA site, this is IEEE site, and this is American Astronomical Society. So if you enter their site /meetings, you'll find an upcoming meeting like this. If you click past and future meetings, you'll get the actual list. Okay, and this is International Academy of Astronautics. So they tend to organize conferences from multiple domains. Apart from space, they used to conduct conference on satellites, defense, astronomy, astrophysics. You can see if you click this upcoming events, then you can check what are all upcoming conferences are there. Okay, so you have direct link to check the call for papers option actually, and they do support conference publication in the form of proceedings. Okay, and one more last thing I want to add is, if you look for any type of conferences, just check their background or the history or the historical record. For example, here they have mentioned 15th IEEE symposium, then definitely they would have conducted 14 symposiums so far. So you have have to visit all the, not all the symposiums, the 14th one or 13th one or 12th one. Just check where and all they have published the conference paper or the presented papers. Just do some background check before submitting a paper. Am I clear with these points? Any doubts? Yes, no?
Sir, can you please repeat that?
Pardon? Can you come again?
Sir, I can't see the screen, sir. I'm joining from, I joined thrice, but it is not showing from. No, sir, screen. I can't able to see the screen, sir.
So what about others? What about others?
It's visual for me, sir.
Okay.
It's visible.
So can you leave and join once again? See, why I'm talking about this conferences and journals is, as part of your UG and PG program in your university, I hope you guys have some criteria to do the final year project and get it published through some reputed journals so that you'll gain your credits to complete your course program, right? Yes? No?
I did not understand, so can you please repeat that?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, the objective behind this, the topic which I'm taking right now is, as part of your UG program or PG program, you do have some sort of criteria like doing projects, writing report or thesis and getting it published through reputed journals or some journals, then submitting your published report to your academic, or what to say, professors or the department to complete your course program. So that's what I'm asking.
As far as I know, in my university, we do not have to publish anything.
But here in India, some of the institutions, they are demanding to draft their report and get it published through conferences. Anybody have this kind of criteria? Like I'm asking others.
No,
I
sir.
had, sir. I had, sir.
Okay, so I have experience, like previous interns, they used to say that they have to do some sort of publications. And when I asked them, like, what are all journals your university professors have suggested, then they pick me few links. When I checked journals, those journals are completely fake. Like, just doing publication for some nominal fee, that's all. Fine, then, so let's move to the next point. So apart from those websites, whatever I have mentioned to identify conferences, so we have some other options to identify legit conferences. For example, if you know any journal name, if you know any university name or institution, organization or society name, then just type the same. For example, if you know, let's say, Advances in Space Research, the journal name is Advances in Space Research. Just I have, what I have to type is Journal Advances in Space Research, journal sponsored conferences. Okay, and if I know any university, let's say Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, IIST sponsored conferences. If you know any institute, let's say Mars Society, and that's an organization, Mars Society conference, then definitely you'll get your desired results. Let me show you the same. I hope you guys can see this search result, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I type Mars Society conference, then I'm getting one result. 25th Annual International Mars Society Convention. Call for papers, everything is there. Let's say so this is one journal related to astrophysics and aerospace sciences. I'm just trying to look for conferences organized by this journal basically. See here we have two options. One is news and then conferences. So they are planning to organize one transportation research symposium 2025 from 25th May to 28th May 2025. So if I click on open a new tab, see they are organizing this conference, and if you participate in this conference, then definitely they will publish those papers in these journals. And if I click this view all conferences, then we can see the list of conferences which they are organizing. Only one conference is listed. Journal we have demonstrated institute and then university. If I search the university name, sponsored conferences, then I'm getting this result. Right. So this is another option to check for legit conferences. Okay. Am I clear with this? Any doubts?
Understood, sir.
As part of perennial aerospace conferences, I would like to mention few organizers, consistent organizers. The first one is IEEE and IEEE, International Astronautical Association, IAA, American Astronomical Society, International Astronautical Federation, then American Association for the Advancement of Science. So they are all persistent and consistent organizers of aerospace related conferences. You can just note it down. And next, we are moving to second topic, identifying journal criteria and its identification. So here I'm expecting some response or input from your end. Can anybody explain like how to identify a legit or genuine journal? Response, yes or no, if you know
And
any.
know if you know any. I have used methods. How I generally do it. It's not very professional or anything. It's just if I see a journal and I like, okay, is this legit or not? I'll just go and put it on internet. Is this journal legit? Then somebody there would be an answer either in Reddit or in Quora saying it is or it is not. Generally, that's how I generally use. Or I could ask my professor always to identify it. That's how I generally do it.
Okay, will respond. That's a good way. Getting opinions from others, experts and experienced people. What about others?
Verifying journal credentials.
Fine, so let me give you a few pointers to identify legit journals. See, first thing is like you have to check whether the journal follows proper editorial flow or not. So editorial flow is nothing but once you submit your paper, that is initial stage and the final stage is publication. So between submission and publication, we do have certain stages or editorial flow, what we call. Okay. So once you submit, that paper goes for initial screening. They'll check for grammatical errors and plagiarism. Okay, that is initial screening. And after initial screening, they will assign to reviewers to review your paper. Okay, and you won't be knowing who are all your reviewers. That is double blinded peer review system. Okay, they will be assigning two reviewers to review your paper. Usually a review takes more than 30, like it usually ranges from 30 days to more than a year, okay, to get your review complete. Okay, so after review you will receive a feedback whether if they want to publish your paper or include your paper in their issues, then definitely they will tell you the feedback. So these are all contents are lacking, so you have to add this content and you have to explain these sections. So that is what we call as feedback. So based on that feedback, you have to revise and resubmit your paper. Post that, they will send your paper once again for review, final review. After final review, you will receive notification of acceptance or rejectance. Post that, you have to submit your copyright statement or copyright form. After copyright form, if you are going for open access publication, then you have to pay article processing charges. Then if you are going for non-open access journals, then you don't have to pay any fees. So after copyright form, your paper gets published. Okay, so this is basic or standard editorial flow. Okay, and so here I would like to add one example. For example, if you, let's say you are submitting your paper to some journal, so within a day or two you are receiving a notification of acceptance, stating that you have to submit your copyright form and you have to complete the payment of article processing charges. So from this thing you can conclude that the journal is fake and the peer review system is also fake. You don't have to go for final publication with that particular journal. Am I clear with this point?
Yes, sir.
What about others?
Yes, sir.
See, if you have any question, you can just stop me and ask questions. If you don't understand, I'm happy to repeat. Any doubts here? Fine, so let's move to the second point. The second point is established editorial board. If you log into any journal, so you have certain option to check their editorial board, who are all members, like who who are all reviewing papers in that particular journal. And if you look at the editorial board members and their background, you can understand whether they are expert from those domains and are they capable enough to review papers or not. So if you find, let's say I'm visiting some aerospace journal and I'm encountering a few editorial board members who are from different domains or different background, let's say medical, arts and science, or mathematics department. In that case, everyone can conclude so it's a fake journals. There is no point in adding those members as part of editorial board because they don't have capability to review aerospace related papers, right? Am I clear? I hope you guys are getting my point, what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I understood.
Yeah, so that is second point. And the third point is ISSN and DOI support. Like how every book is identified by international standard book number, ISBN number. So every journal is identified by international standard serial number. If you're entering some journal site, the first thing you have to check is whether that particular journal has ISSN number or not. Okay, that is very common thing. So we can't say that all the journals having ISSN number are legit. It's not like that. Okay, it's just a license or it's just a identification number assigned to all academic publishers. It may be a journal, newspapers, blogs, everything. Okay, and the second thing is DOI support, digital object identifier. Like how the journal is identified by international standard serial number. Similarly, all the academic content or the published papers is identified by digital object identifier. So every journal must assign DOI to every published papers in their platforms. If any journal that doesn't support DOI, then definitely you can conclude that's a fake journal. Okay, so they are not ready to recognize your research with their identifier. Am I clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
All right. And the fourth point is journal frequency. So the frequency of journal, all the journals are not same. Some journals tend to publish their one issue every month, that is monthly journal. Quarterly journal, they used to publish one issue every 3 months, like 4 issues per year. Monthly journals means 12 issues per year. Bi-monthly means 2 issues per month. Okay, so this is what we call as journal frequency. So whenever you find some journal, you have to check the journal frequency, whether they are consistently publishing their papers or issues over the period. Okay, so that's you need to check. That thing you have to check definitely. Okay, so their frequency. And the fifth point is cross-ref metadata registration. So this is very important. So whatever content or whatever papers you submit, or if your papers get accepted, so those content has to be registered with Crossref, a non-profit organizations. They only update the metadata records. Metadata records in the sense the title of the paper, the name of the journal, the list of authors, and the identifier, especially DOI, and the date of publications, everything. Okay, that is metadata and metadata registration. So legit journals, they usually register your content with Crossref. I will show you. That is fifth point. So if you find any journal that doesn't support Crossref and content registration, just conclude it's a fake. Okay, and the last point is indexing in databases. Anybody know what is journal indexation? Why journal indexation is very important? If you know, please add your comment. If you don't know, at least respond no, so that I can proceed. I can explain the point.
Don't know, sir.
I don't know, sir.
Fine, fine. So like how in India, how we are having UGC. Right now we don't have UGC, UGC CAT journals. How we are having Scopus journals. How we are having scope Web of Science. So those are all called databases. Okay, if my journal is indexed in Scopus and Web of Science, then definitely my journal is publishing high quality content with good standard. And if you are choosing my journal, then definitely you will get good credibility in terms of publication and publication credit. Okay, in so that is what we call as journal indexation. So we have to check where and all the journal is indexed. Okay, Google Scholar is also a database. Semantic Scholar, that's also a database. So we have n number of databases. Core repository. Okay, so if a journal is indexed in multiple databases, then definitely if you publish your paper in that journal, you have higher probability to get more views, more readings, more citations, because your paper is getting reached to the entire scientific community, to all through all the databases. I hope you understand.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is what we call as journal indexation. So let me show you with some example. So if you know any journal, can anybody add the name of any journal if you know any? The name of any journal you know. I hope you guys have searched papers. So after first two sessions, right? And I hope you will be knowing some the name of the journal. Anybody add the name of any journal you know?
ResearchGate.
So ResearchGate is a platform actually. It's a server. That's not a journal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And
You're not audible clearly. Fine. So let me show the same. Let me demonstrate. I hope everyone can see this screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here we have International Journal of Aerospace Engineering. Okay. So journal metrics is given here. The international standard serial number for online version as well as print version is given here. And yeah, so let's check whether the ISS number is valid or not. Just you have to copy and paste it to this portal.issn.org. And if you click search, then it will show the entire information here. The proper title, abbreviated title, who is the publisher, okay, and where and all the journal is indexed, Web of Science, OpenLX, Scopus, Keepers, Road, Wikidata, DOAJ, Crossref, FatCat, everything is there, right? So, so the ISS number is valid. Okay. Now let's check DOI. So if I click on this article, you can see the DOI assigned for this article is given here. So simply you have to copy the DOI and you have to visit this site doi.org, paste it here, then submit it. It will redirect you to the official page of publications. So this means the DOI is active and valid. And the other option to check DOI is crossref DOI search, search.crossref.org. So just you have to copy paste the DOI here. So once you enter, then it will show the metadata. So the metadata is nothing but the title of the paper, the name of the authors, journal or type of article, published in, the name of the journal, the month and year of publications. That's all, and the DOI as well. Okay, so everything is valid here. And you can see the frequency here. Frequency is annual. So they tend to publish one issue every year, only one issue. Okay, and let's check the editorial board. See, the editorial board is given here, the list of editorial board members. Let's check the chief editor's profile. See, he has done publications. Everything is related to aerospace and CFD, right? So from this information, you can conclude that this particular member, the editorial board member, is expertised in this domain. Henceforth, he has been assigned as chief editor for this journal. So you don't have to check the background of all the editorial boards, just few of editorial boards if you want, just to cross check, just to be confident enough to submit your papers to this kind of journals. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And of course, like you'll find these papers across all the platforms. Let me show you. You'll find the papers in Google Scholar. You will find the same paper in Semantic Scholar. Paper is not here. So all the database is given here. So you'll find papers across all these databases. So from all these background checks, we can conclude that this is a legit journal. You can definitely go for your submission without any second thought. So this is how you should check the background of any journal. I hope I'm clear with all the points. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And the next step is Scopus database, SkyMago, Google Scholar. So these are all other options to check legit journals. So let me show you. This is Web of Science. So just you have to copy paste ISS number, you'll get the result. International Journal of Aerospace Engineering, publisher, ISS number, and if you click this view profile page, so you have to create account to check all the information. So in the same way we have Scopus. So once you enter Scopus site, you have sources option. So now you can enter the title of the journal or the name of the publisher or the ISS number. Let's go with the title of the journal. See, we are getting the result here. If you click this, so here years currently covered in Scopus from 2011 to 2024. Right now, the journal is not indexed in Scopus. Okay. Publisher details is given here, ISS number is given here, and you can check how many documents are indexed for different years. So journals, whatever indexed in Scopus, can be cross-checked or validated through this platform actually. Okay, so this is second way to identify legit journals. Just you have to copy paste the title of the journal here. Okay. Sometimes one more thing I want to add. I hope you guys can see this ad at the bottom of this page.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So journals with this kind of ads are usually fake. Let me show the same. Let's click on this journal. The journal name is International Journal of Research and Analytical Reviews. ISS number is given here. Let's check the ISS number first. So the ISS number is valid. International of Research and Analytical Reviews. Publisher name is given here. Country, the website status, everything is there. So the ISS number is valid. And now let's check the DOI. AI in skill development and vocal training. DOI is given here. Now, can anybody tell me what's the result or what's the conclusion? Is it a legit journal?
It's a fake one.
Yeah. And let's check editorial board. I don't know what type of journal it is. They have written like monthly, multidisciplinary and multi-language. Multidisciplinary, up to multidisciplinary we can accept any journal, but multi-languages, it's very difficult to run a journal of a multiple language. But if you submit your papers to this journal, definitely they will send. You can see paper publication within 2 to 3 days. So this single line is enough to conclude. Review result within 2 to 3 days. This information is sufficient enough to conclude this is a fake journal. This is not at all possible to review any papers within 2 days or 3 days. Okay. So fine. So every sponsored link, let's say while searching, for example, if you are a fresher, you want to search for uh, publish papers for free, then you'll get some links like this: sponsored, sponsored. So, so with my experience, what I can say is that 90 to 95% journals having this sponsored kind of things are completely fake. Like they are just using Google Ads to run ad campaign using the keywords. Okay, let's check this journal. International Journal of Scientific Research in Engineering and Management. Here you can see the information. From this information itself we can conclude status notification 1 day, final publication 1 day, and they have added some links to verify the citations here. And if you click this, you can see that a profile is given for this journal. And the first paper, let's check the first paper. So the total number of citations received by this paper is 403. Let's check whether this paper is published in this journal or other journal. If you click this, let's open this paper in new tab. See, you can see that this paper is published in Springer actually. I hope you guys can see this, Springer Nature. This is a book, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but they have added this Springer publication in their Google Scholar journal profile, stating that they have received this many number of citations.
So is it plagiarism? Is something like that?
Yeah, it's a fake journal. Like they are simply running this journal just to generate revenue. That's all. Sometimes you will find DOI and ISS number are legit. Let's say let's check something. So here ISS number is given here 25823930. 25823930. Two five eight two three nine three zero. So ISS number is not showing. Let's check with the DOI. So for this article, they have assigned the DOI as. So this is DOI. Let's check whether the DOI is active or not. DOI not found. So this is how fake journals they tend to operate. This is how fake journals works, and they will mention their impact factor is 8.586. So with this information, freshers like freshers they used to submit their paper to these journals. With this information, they'll get more inspiration. Like it's a good journal, definitely we can submit a paper to this kind of journal. So yeah, so this is how you should do some background check and cross check before submitting your papers to any journal. I hope I'm clear with these points.
Sir, actually, I have also submitted the paper to the same journal and it got published.
This journal.
Yeah.
Fine then. So right now, what you can do is, my suggestion is like definitely you cannot ask for refund with them. So you can republish the same paper in some reputed journals just to save your integrity and save your intellectual property.
Okay.
Yeah, that you can do, no issues. So there are some free journals where you can publish your papers for free. And right now my suggestion is just create some preprint document and submit it to some preprint platform to outreach it to the scientific community. In addition, if you check papers here, let's say uh, density based, just check this paper is indexed in Google Scholar or not. So this is one more option to see the paper is not indexed. If the paper is not indexed in Google Scholar, then definitely readers won't access your paper and you won't get credibility, you won't get citation, right?
So that I can publish it again.
Yeah, you can publish it again, no issues.
Okay, sir.
You have the authority to republish, no issues. Fine. So apart from this,
It was
I'm sorry.
previously I was working in another intern, sir. In that company only they published in this platform. That's why I wasn't aware about all these.
Yeah, so no issues. You can publish it once again. That's my recommendation. See, the motive behind this particular session is just to create awareness about the journals and the journal publication system, so that you can save your intellectual property. That is first objective. And the second objective is as part of your research work. So you should refer good quality and legit papers from legit journals rather than referring papers from this kind of fake journals or third grade journals. Am I clear with this point?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Yes, sir.
Now we have journal finders, Clarivate Journal Finder, LCBI Journal Finder, Wiley and MDPI Journal Selector. You can just note it down. So what are journal finders? Let's say you have written some content. I'm just taking this paper as an example. Let's say you have written this paper. You have your title with you and you have your abstract. So just you have to copy paste the abstract or the title to the journal finder. So based on the keyword or the keyword density, it will identify suitable journal for you. Okay. So these are all suitable journals for this particular research. Okay, so they are called journal finders. Initially, you'll be having lots of confusion. I have completed my report, so I don't know where to submit and all. So in that case, you can use journal finders. The best one is Web of Science. Match manuscript option. 1 second, let me log in. So if you enter this match manuscript option, you have two options. One option is to enter your title, and the second option is to enter your abstract. So if you submit it, then definitely it will suggest all the journals related to your content, basically the journal from Scopus, Springer, Elsevier, and other journals. Okay, so this is how you should check for relevant journals for submitting your papers. I hope I'm clear with all these points.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's all for the day. Um, I just want to hear some comments. Like, did you guys learn something new from these sessions? Was the session helpful for you?
Yes, sir. It was really helpful. I had a question following on to what we learned today. It's regarding let's say we are researchers, right? New and upcoming researchers, and we start publishing in those fake journals and stuff. Will it, in the long run, question our credibility if we, let's say, try to go into more reputable and more realistic journals and stuff like that?
So you are asking, if I'm not wrong, let me repeat your question. So let's say as a fresher, if we start publishing our papers through fake journals, will it affect the credibility? You're asking, right? The same question, right?
Same question, right? Yes, the credibility of the researcher. Yes.
Definitely, the credibility of researchers will affect if you choose fake journals. So what you can do is, at initial phase, if you're not aware of the fake journals, then let's say you have mistakenly submitted a paper and it mistakenly got published. In that case, what you can do is just you have to extend your content, and you have to redefine your content and get it published through some other platforms to save your intellectual property as well as credibility.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
All right. So from this session, what I would like to add is, guys, please finalize your topic and start working on papers. Okay. So as of now, whatever information I have communicated, definitely you can look for good quality papers, and definitely you can produce good quality research. You can do, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. All the best. So let me know if you have any queries in future. You can just text me through WhatsApp. No issues. If anyone have any question, stay back. Others can leave. Let's meet in the upcoming session. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.